good morning. We will pay attention to the accounting equation today. You must show a plus or a minus for the amounts to indicate whether the element increased or decreased. The owner increased his capital from 60,000 to 80,000. It's very important to read this carefully because I could have said the owner increased his capital with 60,000, then it means the amount of the increase is 60,000. Here it's increased from 60 to 80. That means that the total increase is 20,000 Rand. So you must record the entry for the 20,000 Rand. When we do the accounting equation and you're unsure which accounts increase on the debit side and which ones increase on the credit side, use the word Alice. Assets and expenses increase on the debit side. Liabilities, income, capital increase on the credit side. The money was paid into the bank, so the bank asset increases on the debit side with 20,000. Capital increased because the owner increased his capital contribution, so his equity and his interest in the business increased with 20,000, and the business actually owes him 20,000 more. Issued a check for 80 Rand to buy stationery. We take money out of the bank to buy stationery. We receive the stationery, so stationery is debited. Stationery is expense. Expenses increase on the debit side, and expenses reduce the profit, so the profit of the owner will decrease, therefore equity will decrease. The money was taken out of the bank, so the bank account is credited, and that means that the assets decreased with 80 Rand. Services rendered according to the cash register roll, so we received money for services rendered. We receive money, so the bank is debited. That will increase assets with 2,700. Services rendered is an income. Income increases the profits, so the owner will get more profits and equity will increase. Issued a check for 2,000 to purchase equipment. The bank account, we paid out money, we bought equipment. We received equipment, so the equipment account is debited because assets increase on the debit side. We've taken the money out of the bank, so the money in the bank decreases. Bank is also an asset, so this means that we change one asset into another asset. Issued check for 400 Rand to pay for the personal telephone account of the owner. Any money or goods that the owner take out of the business will be recorded as drawings. Drawings increases on the debit side because it reduces equity. The owner has less money in the business. The bank account is credited because we took money out of the bank and therefore our assets decreased. The owner purchased a computer for 6,000 with his personal check. So the business received a computer, he paid it with his personal check, and it must be treated as capital contribution. We received equipment, that is an asset, so our assets increased. When the owner gives money to the business, it is capital. Capital increases his equity because the business owes him more money. Issued a check to pay the electricity account. We take money out of the bank for electricity. So the expense that we pay is electricity. Expenses increase on the debit side. Bank is credited because we took money out of the bank. Electricity will decrease profit, so equity will decrease. Bank will decrease our assets. What did we learn? Assets and expenses increase on the debit side. Liabilities and income increase on the credit side. Equity increase on the credit side. Expenses decreases the profit and the equity of the business. Income increases the profit and equity of the business.